Welcome to the 3-Minute Reset. In each video, we tackle some of the nastiest problems that you face as a leader, but probably aren't telling anyone about. And we hope that after watching these videos, you'll see things differently, you'll feel calmer, you'll have more organized thoughts, but most importantly, you'll know what to do next. In this week's video, Coach George and I continue our discussion on providing feedback to our employees, and we discuss some practical tips that you can use as a leader to have these discussions with your team. So let's dive in. Most people are pretty self-aware. I've obviously dealt with some people who are not at all self-aware in my career, but it's few and far between. Typically, when you start to have these conversations, it's like I'll ask the person their perspective on their performance, and some of their thoughts on it. And typically it's like, yeah, this is about 80% of what I just wrote on your performance review, right? Is what's here, right? So most people get it. Most people kind of know those things. They just, maybe duck and avoid it for a period of time.
The best and most successful feedback experiences between a manager and an employee are when the manager asks the employee great questions so that they can give themselves feedback and then adds very little themselves because they don't need to.
I mean, you think about, Kim Scott, who wrote the book Radical Candor, right? It all came from a very direct conversation that Sheryl Sandberg had with her earlier in her career about saying a lot in a presentation. And, if she said, did you notice you said a lot? And she kind of dismissed it. And then Sheryl Sandberg basically said, it makes you kind of sound stupid, right? She kind of had to get pretty direct with her. But Sheryl Sandberg wasn't afraid of having those conversations because she cared about the person, and she offered coaching, and she offered all of these things to support Kim Scott. Well, now she's a well-known author and speaker and has a very lucrative career off of that alone because somebody gave her great feedback. So you got to think about how you could propel and accelerate somebody's career if you do it right.
Well, you mentioned several things there, Curtis. I want to spotlight. One, the other party has to know where it's coming from. Yeah. It's not coming from a desire to make sure that you deliver your results, but from a desire to help you get better, which will influence your ability to deliver your result. That's the first thing. So it's like this is coming from a place of I truly care, truly want you to succeed. I truly want you to move forward, right? I'm not saying this to harm you in any way. This is designed to help you. That's the first thing. The other thing that Sheryl Sandberg did in your example is she pointed out an observation. That's what feedback is. Feedback needs to be observationally based. It needs to be objective, things that we can touch, see, hear, feel, and experience so that it's tangible. It can't be judgment and opinion. They have to be real, tangible things. And then the other thing that she did is she says, well, that made you sound stupid, I think you mentioned. That's the impact of the observation. Yeah. She said it sometimes, and in the case of coaching, we ask the client to do that exercise. So we ask the client, we say, okay, so I noticed that you say a lot. Have you picked that up? They go, yeah, I think I'm picking that up. I am saying an awful lot. What do you think the impact of you saying a lot is? And the other party is going to say, well, I probably sound stupid. In which case, mission accomplished. Yeah. And the final thing I want to add to this, and this is absolutely critical, is who owns feedback? Most people in the world of work think that feedback belongs to me, that I have to give it to you. It's actually the other way around. The actual employee should own their own feedback. So feedback should always start with, hey, Curtis, I want to share some feedback and some thoughts about what I'm seeing here and so forth, but I want to maybe get you started on this by asking you, what is it that you're doing in this current experience that you're going through that's really working for you? So give yourself some feedback, if you will, about what's working, and then maybe that's not working so well. Let's explore that together, and then I'll add my thoughts to it as well. How does that sound?